Now on CoastTV News.
Weapons case shift, the decision on a preliminary hearing that was made by the man arrested after his truck was found last month with guns and ammo on Lewes Beach. Big bucks expected in Ocean City. We look at the economic impact of the Country Calling Music Festival starting soon at the Inlet.
This is CoastTV News Midday.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Matt Pensick and welcome to CoastTV News Midday. In our breaking news this hour, the Maryland man arrested after police discovered a truck full of firearms and ammunition abandoned on Lewes Beach has waived his preliminary hearing in the Court of Common Pleas. Alexander Gard, who we are showing you here on the screen, will take his case to Delaware Superior Court in Georgetown. You may recall that last month, that situation, it forced several nearby schools to go into a secured status. And here is what police found on that September 23rd day. There were 3 9mm handguns. There was an AR-15 style scoped rifle, hundreds of rounds of ammunition, and Gar is currently at the Sussex Correctional Institution on $65,000 secured bail. Let's get to something lighter now. Here's a live look at the Ocean City Inlet, and we're expecting crowds. You can see some of the tents there on this spectacular Friday as we begin day one of the Country Calling Music Festival. Happening today, that 3-day festival, Country Calling, returns to Ocean City. This is taking place at the Inlet through Sunday. And this was the scene Thursday as organizers prepared for the event. Ocean City's tourism director, Tom Perlazzo, says all 55,000 tickets are already sold. That means crowds are expected to be just as big as last weekend's Ocean's Calling Music Festival. And according to Perlazzo, the event will generate around $150 million for the town. Well, we are working on one spectacular Friday late morning. Let's check out the live scene in Rehoboth Beach. Our First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono joins us now with a look at First Alert weather. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Matt. It was a cold start to our Friday. Most of us were in the 40s this morning. Woke up to a temperature of 45 in Georgetown, 44 in Salisbury. We were in the mid to upper 40s in the mid-shore, and we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds out there right now in Lewes. 66 degrees. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning. 65 Milton to 64 Millsboro. We're at 66 in Salisbury. So aside from a few high clouds moving in across the area, we have high pressure in full control, dominating big ridge of high pressure, in fact, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine through the afternoon as we top out around 70 degrees. Winds will be relatively calm, and expect starry skies for those football games this evening, and that will set the stage for another cold night on tap. We do have a high risk of rip currents that will kind of linger through the weekend, and we are accepting plenty of sunshine this weekend. In fact, wall-to-wall sunshine, and in fact, we're going to see a warming trend. We're going to be pushing back up to near 80 degrees as we push to the second half of the weekend into early next week. Then we will talk about some rain chances rolling back into the picture, but that's not until the middle part of next week. We'll talk more about that coming up in the full 7-day forecast. Matt.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chris. Now, we have new information about that crash overnight in Red Mill Pond near Lewes. According to Delaware State Police, the 56-year-old woman who was rescued showed signs of impairment. She refused to take standardized field sobriety test, and after release from the hospital, she was arrested for DUI. Here's part of the reason why. When rescue teams arrived Thursday night, she was found on top of her car about 50 feet out. You can see that car almost fully submerged right here on your screen. Rescue swimmers went in and safely brought her to shore. She was then taken to the hospital. Some Delaware gas customers could see a big jump in their monthly bills this fall. Delmarva Power is proposing a 43% increase to its gas cost rate, while Chesapeake Utilities, they're asking for a 30% hike. If this is all approved, typical customers could pay between $11 and $16 more a month, and that starts November 1st. A Delaware public advocate calls the increases, quote, dramatic, but says there's limited ability to fight them. New this morning in Rehoboth Beach, the city is holding its 18th annual municipal auction on Saturday. This starts at 9:30 a.m. at the convention center and parking lot. Hundreds of items are offered, including Rehoboth Beach city vehicles and police gear. Also available, 3 boardwalk benches. Now into effect, no parking at the convention center. It's to make room for the auction items. We continue to monitor this developing situation from earlier this morning. That massive fire that erupted at the Chevron oil refinery in El Segundo, California. This is in the Los Angeles area. Firefighters responded to the call just after 12:30 this morning Eastern Time. information still remains limited. NBC's reporting no injuries, and according to the Associated Press, the cause has not yet been determined. Government shutdown is stretching into its third day this morning with no signs of its opening in sight. Yesterday, with senators out of the town for the Jewish holiday, and today they're expected to vote once again. The White House says President Donald Trump plans to fire thousands of federal workers during the shutdown, and two officials say that could start today or this weekend. As the debate over Delaware's recent property reassessment continues, Greenwood is set to review the topic. According to their agenda, officials will hold a special meeting tonight at 6:30 p.m. This is taking place at the Greenwood VFW, and that's on 301 Mill Street. Coming up next, Delaware flight options, what you can get from the new customer program from Avelo Airlines. Coast TV News Midday is back after this. Avelo Airlines is rolling out a brand new membership program called Avelo Plus. According to Avelo, the program costs just $49 for the first year and gives travelers access to exclusive fares, free priority boarding, special deals, and even a $50 cash bonus at renewal. Members can also share their perks with up to 9 others, and this announcement comes as the airline continues to grow, serving 47 cities, and that includes Wilmington, Delaware. Downtown Milford wrapping up its first Friday season with a big celebration. Today from 5 to 9 p.m., Walnut Street will come alive for Hispanic Heritage Month. According to the city, the evening will feature live music, a DJ, local vendors, authentic food, and family-friendly activities. Organizers say the monthly First Fridays have brought new energy to downtown, drawing hundreds of people each month. Happening tonight in Newark, University of Delaware Blue Hens football team plays their first ever Conference USA home game. Delaware hosts Western Kentucky. It's part of Parents Weekend. The Hens look to make it 3 wins in a row with a 7 p.m. kickoff at Delaware Stadium. Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6, it's Down and Distance. At 6:30, catch the high school football pregame show, Scoops and Scores. At 7 p.m., we have live Delaware high school football. That's when Sussex Central takes on Middletown. At 10:30, Nittany Game Week, and at 11, catch the final score. On DSM Plus, you get that Sussex Central game. You also get these exclusives. 6 p.m. NCAA Women's Volleyball when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts Norfolk State. There's Bayside Conference High School Football when Cambridge South Dorchester visits Colonel Richardson. At 7, Seaford travels to Polytech. Cape is at Appoquinimink. Week 5 of the NFL regular season, and we have Sunday night football. It's right here on Coast TV. This week we have the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. Coverage starts at 7, and then stay right here after the game for Coast TV News.
It's been a cool and pleasant morning in Ocean View. Temperatures there around 65 degrees, winds relatively calm. We'll see highs top out in the upper 60s through the afternoon under mostly sunny skies. Cheryl Biddle, Georgetown, Delaware, you're the winner of our Coast TV weather umbrella. Coming up, we will talk about a warming trend into the weekend. My full forecast is coming up next. Well, it's Friday. We got sunshine, low humidity, can't get any better. We still do have a high risk of rip current, so keep that in mind. Still seeing waves up to 3 to 6 feet. Got some few beachgoers here with the beach all to themselves there in Rehoboth. Got the high cirrus clouds. I'll tell you what, with these cirrus clouds, we've had some pretty nice sunsets and sun rises here over the last few days. 65 in Rehoboth, and the winds are relatively calm out of the northeast. We're at 67 in Long Neck, 65 Milton, and 69 in Seaford. Winds relatively calm, and we're going to see winds anywhere between about 3 to 6 miles an hour over the course of the day today. Humidity, well, not hard to, we're going to be pretty dry here over the next few days. We're not going to see the humidity creep up until Monday, Tuesday, and then we'll see a drop once the cold front comes through. We have a coastal flood advisory lingering Dorchester County. Everyone's to 2 o'clock. We have high tide coming in here at 1:30, so could see up to a foot of inundation during high tide. So there's a few of those high clouds streaming in off the Atlantic. Other than that, we're doing pretty well, pretty quiet. This high pressure system keeping all shower and storms well off to the west and north of this big ridge of high pressure that we have set throughout most of the eastern seaboard. Now we stay dry. It's not until next Tuesday, Wednesday. Cold front comes through, giving us a renewed chance of showers across the area. Mostly sunny skies through the day today, 70 to about 72 throughout the area. So we're going to be gorgeous for football this evening. Games coming in, kickoff 6:53, mostly clear skies through The end of the night will fall to about 56. In fact, it's going to be another cool night as we make our way into the early part of Saturday. 44 Seaford, 43 Greenwood, some of our cooler spots. 54 in Rehoboth overnight, 49 in Ocean Pines under clear skies and calm winds. So we'll see clear skies overnight and a mostly sunny Saturday. We'll warm it up into the mid to upper 70s, and that warming trend is going to continue even into Sunday as we push the 80-degree mark away from the coast, and that sets the stage for a gorgeous weekend if you're heading out to the Country Calling Music Festival there in Ocean City. 73 on Saturday, light south to southeast winds through the weekend, anywhere between about 6 to 10 miles an hour. High pressure is going to be our main player here through the weekend and into early next week. That high is going to slide to our southeast, and then we'll see more of a south-southwesterly wind flow as we go into Monday, so you'll feel the humidity back in play Monday through Tuesday, but it's a brief shot of humidity and warmth because that cold front quickly comes in on Wednesday. So Wednesday, a rather unsettled day, damp, a lot of clouds with showers, especially in the morning to early afternoon right now, and then we're looking at much cooler air behind the front. The tropics, we're watching a tropical wave off the Africa coast, and that is expected to develop over the next 7 days, potential into another tropical cyclone, about 40% chance of development there. 82 on Monday, 83 into Tuesday, and then there's our chance of showers. Wednesday, the most unsettled day over the next 7, and then behind the front, we cool back into the 60s. Matt.
Hope your Friday is going well so far. If you join us at Coast Life at 4 o'clock, here's what's coming your way. We're going to be checking in with our friends at Kids Catch. Great toys to work brains, to keep kids off screens, and for the grown kids as well. The kids at heart will find something there too. We're also going to be showing you this adorable pup, our pet of the week, who is looking for her forever home. And we're also going to be heading to Sussex Central High School to check out their incredible drum line. All that and more is happening today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you there.
Dewey Beach is turning pink. Country music, as we saw earlier, is taking over Ocean City, and classic cars are coming to Georgetown. All that and more this weekend. Coast TV's Christina DiRobertis has your cool things to do.
October is finally here, and with it comes plenty to do this weekend. On Saturday, Dewey Beach goes pink. The 14th annual fundraiser takes over the Starboard, bringing thousands of people together to raise money for breast cancer awareness. It all kicks off with a race and walk at 11 a.m. Then the party rolls on with live music, food, and an auction. New and vintage cars will be on display in Georgetown on Friday and Saturday for the annual Wings and Wheels Festival. The sky meets the road with an assortment of cars and planes. They're all on display at the Delaware Coastal Airport. The Milford Historical Society is hosting its Fall Antiques Market on Saturday from 9 to 3. That's on the lawn of the Parson Thorne Mansion. Dealers from across Delmarva will be there with antiques and vintage finds. Admission is just $1, and it includes a tour of the mansion where renovations are currently underway. Taylor Swift fans are surely looking forward to Taylor's album release at midnight, and you can listen to The Life of a Showgirl with fellow Swifties at Big Oyster Brewery on Sunday. There's going to be Taylor Swift-themed brunch items, cocktails, and mocktails. In Lewes on Sunday, science meets family fun. The University of Delaware's Coast Day is happening at the Sharp campus. That's from 10 to 3 p.m. There's going to be hands-on activities, touch tanks, boat tours, even a chemical magic show. And Ocean City is welcoming country music fans for the Country Calling Music Festival. Headliners include Carrie Underwood, Luke Bryan, and Luke Combs, and you can still get tickets. For event details, tickets, and more, just head over to CoastTV.com and click on Cool Things to Do.
A new scientific analysis suggests adopting a diet that's good for the planet could feed the world by 2050. The report was put together by a commission comprised of leading experts from various fields of more than 35 countries. They say using advanced modeling methods, they found that 9 billion people could eat nutritiously in the decades to come if they adopted a planet-friendly diet. That kind of diet is very similar to the Mediterranean diet, focuses on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and a moderate amount of meat and dairy. Walmart is making changes to its food. The largest retail grocer in the U.S. announced it will get rid of synthetic dyes from its store brand foods. Officials say they also plan to remove 30 other ingredients, including preservatives and certain artificial sweeteners. All the ingredient changes, they're expected to be completed by January of 2027.
Well, make sure you have those sunglasses handy this weekend. Wall-to-wall sunshine, a warming trend. We're back up into the upper 70s on Saturday to near 80 degrees by your Sunday. And you get your latest forecast by dialing the First Alert weather phone, sponsored by Brockstead, Medalis, Federico. We'll have a look at that 10-day forecast right after the break. Well, we're making our way here in the fall season. 28 days from Halloween, 30 days until we set the clocks back an hour, and there you go, 83 days away from Christmas, and I already have seen Christmas stuff in the stores. A big weekend in Ocean City, 63 degrees there as the stage is set for the big concert that gets going tonight, Country Calling. Temperatures holding in the mid to upper 60s through the afternoon. Feel those high clouds, but a beautiful afternoon. We'll set the stage for a pretty good night, kicking it off 68 degrees this afternoon. Wall-to-wall sunshine through the weekend, 73 into Saturday and 74 into Sunday. Light south winds, about 6 to 10 miles an hour. And that warming trend is going to continue into early next week as well. We're at 82 into Monday, 83 Tuesday. You're also going to feel an increase in humidity, especially Monday and Tuesday. And that's all ahead of a cold front that will bring us renewed chances of showers into Wednesday. And then it looks like the return of some fall-like temperatures by the end of next week behind the front as we go back into the 60s and overnight lows in the 50s. Matt.
All right, thank you, Chris, and thank you for watching us here on Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app, and don't forget to join us later tonight for Coast TV News at 5. Until then, have a great Friday, everybody.